Alright, next I'm gonna just take off that lower ball joint. And to start with, I'll get that Carter pin out of there. That came out pretty easy. I just gotta get a socket and take that castle nut off. So to get that off, you just get yourself a 17mm socket. Hit it with some WD-40. It comes off pretty easy. There you go. So normally to get the ball joint loose, I hit it right here with a hammer, or right there I mean, and it'll shock this loose. But I decided to try a different method because I just didn't feel like beating on it with a hammer today. And so what I did is I put the castle nut back on, which wasn't probably a good idea because I could have broken these little deals here, but that's how I did it. I put it back on here, and then I jacked up the bottom ball joint there. And when you do that, see, it lifts the whole suspension up. And then I put a chisel in there, and then I released it like that, and it popped it loose. And so it actually worked really well. And I pre-lubed it with some WD-40, and that seemed to really help it out a lot. So I was really impressed with how well that method worked, and I think I'm going to start using that from now on. Maybe just keep an old nut. Maybe another idea would be, if it'll thread on there, is turn it upside down. Because what could happen is, you know, there's a lot of weight, and I didn't want to break one of those, break or bend one of these deals where the Carter pin's got to go through. But I was surprised how well that worked. I'll show you maybe when I do the other one, maybe I'll show a video just on how to do that. I'm only going to show this video on this one side doing this because the other side's just a repeat. But I was pleased with how well that worked. So, alright, hopefully the wind's not picking up too loud on the camera there. But I thought I would show you how this comes out. You just lift it up, and well, of course not, it doesn't want to do it. Oop, there it goes. So you just lift it up and out, and that's how you disconnect that there. Okay, so this just slides out. You know, this end was inside here. I just tapped it real gently, which you should be really careful with this, to get this to kind of slip out. And then I pulled it out, and you know, kind of swung this out of the way to get this out of the center hub here. So anyways, it's in there. I hit it with a little WD-40. It kind of penetrated, and I think that helped loosen it up a little bit. And so that just slides off, and then just twist it aside. Make sure you're not stressing your cables. And other than that, that looks like that should be working. Next, I'm gonna focus in on the back side of here. Okay, so these bolts back here are really kind of weird. These are, I'll get a zoom in on this second. These are 12-point bolts, and I've never really worked with those before. You have to get a 12-point socket, which when I buy sockets, I usually go out of my way to make sure I only get 6-point sockets, because those 12 points will strip out a little bit, and the 6-point sockets seem to hold better, and you don't have much of a stripping problem. So this is a 10mm, if it shows up on camera there, and they'll go on there. You want to soak that with some WD-40. There you go. And make sure you don't strip those out, because that would be a pain to get those out. So just some, again, you're going to need a 10mm 12-point socket to break those loose. And let me see, I'll get you a zoom in on that. So that's what those look kind of different, but that's just a 12-point socket. Again, most bolts, like here I'll show you, most bolts in cars are 6-point, and you usually want to use a 6-point socket. But this is a rear. Luckily I had some. I kind of, like I said, I purposely avoid 12-point sockets because they strip bolts. The idea of the 12-point socket is you can, you got double the connection points, so it's easy to put them on. To where a 6-point socket, you have to turn the socket quite a bit to make it line up. Anyhow, thought I would show you that. I didn't know what the heck those were when I first saw them, and I hope this helps you out.